African natural resources are not just the most in-demand resources on the planet, but so is the human resource capital of Africa. It is estimated that at least 18 million Africans live between Europe, North America, and the Middle East. But that is just the Africans that are documented. The greatest challenge that leads to increased migration is limited economic opportunities. Why is migration such a big thing for Africa? And how do we improve on industry using education as a means to solve some of the problems at hand? Many Africans live under the poverty line. Most would argue that it could be because of leadership. But there are so many factors that have contributed to this painful result. Thousands of young Africans find themselves on boats trying to cross from Africa to other continents, many of them dying on the dangerous waters, all in a plight to escape poverty. Displacement happens at an alarming rate when we encounter economic downturn that could be caused by any number of things, including a change in government or natural disasters. The lack of jobs greatly contribute to some of the many problems that are faced by the continent. Job creation requires planning for the future. We can avoid many problems we've encountered over the last few decades by looking at what Jessa calls workforce integration. The demand for co-creation when it comes to education, jobs, and entrepreneurship has allowed Jessa to look at areas in which education plays a vital role to the growth of entrepreneurship and the workforce in Africa. Jessa believes in career-connected education as a platform to connect to the global economy if we start igniting these conversations with young people, which means that we create education and industry pathways and workforce integration strategies through encouraging industry and country partnerships. When we look at some of Africa's most dynamic industries, such as mining, agriculture, manufacturing, healthcare, energy, and sport, that all have the potential to drive African entrepreneurship and develop a more robust and skilled workforce, we realize the need to meet the sector's workforce needs of host countries to create local capacity and to produce quality training and skills for Africans. As Africa continues to develop its free trade agreement, it's also important to examine the free trade agreements we may have with other countries or those that could be established through education collaborative partnerships and pathways, helping to build stronger networks, benchmarking on investment, job creation, and the economic growth of Africa. Education investment and the future of expenditure on students is both a local and global problem. There is an opportunity for shared investment as long as there are partnerships in place that allow for the benefit of host countries and countries of origin. Our role is to create dynamic pathways for university students through being able to evaluate career interest, apply soft skills, build a credible experience chart, industry knowledge, and build long-term networks that allow them to navigate the workforce and entrepreneurship. The world experience with COVID-19 is forcing us to do a huge shift in how prospecting needs to occur. It has allowed opportunities for choice, incentive-based marketing, and engagement that is personalized. Prospective students and their families are seeking more than just a university degree, but rather an experience. The student experience is more than just studying and living abroad. It's about securing a holistic approach that includes work, volunteering, leadership training and development, community service, and networking. According to the United Nations, Africa has the youngest population in the world, with 70% of sub-Saharan Africa under the age of 30. This means that the greatest part of the continent's population is within the school or working class. The opportunity means that we need to enhance productivity through training, whether young people go into long or short programs, certificates or degrees, an examination into the need and the approach to create industry partnerships that fund work integration is necessary. The concern for the financial security of educating young Africans means that governments cannot afford the complete responsibility of educating every single child through study abroad programs. Financial aid programs, scholarship programs, and global fellowship programs all offer short or long-term solutions that allow African youth to study abroad. And although the post-COVID era also comes with its own challenges, we believe that there's room for growth and more investment in scholarships and funding. There are many challenges within the educational and educational financial sectors. Some of them include online scamming and, in the worst case scenario, human trafficking. Partnerships in scholarships, even from Partnerships for Africa, allow young people to get credible information about how to navigate scholarships and how to do it in a more efficient manner. Some of our programs involve assisting students and parents in understanding the process of looking for scholarships, in what country they're available, and how to access them, as well as the prerequisites for applying or receiving them. Even when a government or organization offers scholarships, there are thousands of people applying for the same scholarships, which means that requirements are often incredibly demanding. Looking for scholarships is a commitment and a time-based investment of each individual. At the Global Education and Scholarship Summit for Africa, we believe that it is not just enough to share information about organizations that may have scholarship opportunities, but to be a part of the community of service providers that help our student network understand how to make use of the information and the process required to apply and obtain scholarships. Through our network of professionals, experts, and educators, our role is to develop collaborative measures to promote the extension of scholarships that are typically accessible to other regions to also include Africa. This includes award programs that would need to align their participation with increasing recruitment plans for Africa. Associate Professor Peter Woods is an academic leader with a passion for inspiring students and building bridges across cultures. He serves as director of the Griffith Business School while continuing to develop the next generation of culturally competent managers through teaching and research and PhD student supervision in the Department of Business Strategy and Innovation. He leads the EQUIS accreditation process with the Griffith Business School. His award-winning research has been published in leading international academic journals, including the Journal of Business Ethics and Information Technology and People. His graduate and undergraduate teaching has been recognized by multiple awards, including the prestigious 2010 Australian Learning and Teaching Council Award for Teaching Excellence, Internationalization, and Brisbane's Best Lecturer 2010. Focusing on developing international strategy and improving the intercultural competence of staff, he has consulted with multinational corporations, tertiary education institutions, government agencies, and businesses.